Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I gotta hurry because I'm trying to pack for a little family thing. But I kind of just want to tell you guys the story of how I became a big sister, since I ranted so much about my younger brother. And I told you guys that he was adopted. So, here we go. Started out when I was around 5 years old. My older brother, who was 17 at the time, brought home this girl that he claimed to be in love with, and that they wanted to get married. This girl was 16, 15, 16, something like that. So my parents, being the traditional, strict Christians that they are, said, no, we're not signing off on that. You're too young. So they hatched up this brilliant plan of, well, what if we had a baby? They'd have to sign off then. So they go off and come back, and all of a sudden she's pregnant. But my parents still say, no, we're not signing off. You're too young. You're not getting married. So then they decide, well, we're already stuck with this baby and we want to get married, so let's just wait until his 18th birthday and elope. Because her parents had already signed off, everything was cool with them. So the day rolls around and they have their ceremony. And I wish I could remember it, but I barely remember much of anything from back then. So, yeah. 3 months later, and we're welcoming the birth of this screaming, crying, wrinkled brat. And I was unhappy. I did not want a little nephew. I didn't want anything really to do with him. So, yeah. 3 more months go by, and what do you know it? We get a knock on the door. Hey Mom, hey Dad, can we move back in? So, of course, my parents said yes, of course. They're not gonna kick their son out onto the street. So, now my room turns into their room, and I am moved into the living room, into a tiny little corner. Yeah. Not real happy about that. So, it's not much later when there starts to become problems in the house. Everyone is getting lice in their hair, and everyone is arguing with each other and fighting, and it's just not a good situation. And of course, little baby is crying and screaming through everything. Doesn't even know what's going on. So, I'll tell you a side story here. There was one time when they were supposed to babysit me after school. I'm like 5 or 6 by this point. 6 maybe. So I get off the bus, I run to my house, and nobody's home. The door is locked, and it's going to be 3 more hours before anyone else gets there. So, yeah, they left this 6-year-old little girl home alone on the front porch for 3 hours. Anyway, so, yeah, all this fighting is going on, and, they decided to split up. He stays with us, gets a job, a better job. He dropped out of school, got a job to begin with, now he's getting a better job. And she goes off to her parents. And by this point, it's January. So, I want to say it's the same day, and if not, at least 2 days later, we get a phone call in the middle of the night, and when you know it, it's her. Hey, if you want him, come get him. He's bothering my new boyfriend. Yeah, that was not the phone call my parents wanted to hear. So my dad gets up, gets dressed, puts his warmest coat on, goes out and picks up the baby. At this point, I'm going to keep him unnamed. And when he gets there, he finds him sitting in his car seat with nothing but a diaper on, and there's 3 feet of snow on the ground, and it's the middle of the night. So this poor baby is shivering, and he looks like he hasn't ate since he left our house. So, yeah, not the best situation. So he brought him back to our house, and we started raising him as a member of our family. So from that night on, he basically was already my little brother. But it was another 6 years before my parents officially adopted him. But before that could happen, when he was about 5 years old, his biological mother decided to make another appearance. He comes to our door, asks to see him, brings him this wonderful Thomas the Tank Engine toy that he just loved. At the time, he was really into those shows, so it was just the perfect gift. And we're confused because we're not really sure where she got the money for that, because it was an expensive gift coming from her. So she talks to him about 5 minutes, promises to come back tomorrow and spend more time, and never shows her face again. It doesn't even come up to the court date a year later. So that's how I became officially an older sister. And then the next time we actually hear from her, it was about, 2011, so 9 years ago? 10 years ago? Something like that. yeah. Didn't even ask about her son. Just asked about me, even though we didn't have the best relationship. So, yeah, that's it for this week. I've got to get back and finish my packing, so don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!